Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of me. I think we'll just get right in the charts. I'm still a little bit groggy. I just got out of bed, so I was just starting to have a look at a couple of charts here, get an idea what the market's doing, where we're going. But so far, I mean, it looks like it's probably going to be a pretty decent day. Maybe even get another decent day tomorrow. It'd be really nice anyway. And I'm really glad we didn't plummet below our candle from yesterday. So, um, Vicky, James, thanks for joining in, guys. We will get right to this here in a second. Did I long that? No, I didn't long that. Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right. I'm just trying to get my YouTube live popped up here, and I just got too many tabs open. Can't find it. Give me a second, guys. All right. I just like to have comments open and readily available, so as soon as I'm done my little analysis there, I can skip over and read some comments really quickly and easily. And I really want to pick up a second monitor just so I can like throw the comments on another screen. That way, there I can talk to you guys and answer some stuff at the same time as I'm on screen share doing the presentation, right? Heidi, thanks for joining. What's up, dude? I'm, doing my thing. Let's trade some Bitcoin. Gonna do some chart analysis. Jacques Peltier, thanks for joining, bud. No problem. Hope you're doing well. I am doing rather well. I'm just still really freaking groggy because this is my first cup of coffee and I haven't even had a sip of it yet. But I got to go out in a little bit, so I wanted to get my analysis video done here as early as possible for you guys. So as long as you can handle my grogginess a little bit, Pablo, thanks for joining. As long as you can handle a little bit of my grogginess, we will get to this, and we will hopefully productively um, get through some charts here. So why don't I just get right to it, because I got nothing else to talk about. All right, so I don't know why Windows is screwing up. I hate Windows. Windows sucks. Okay. All right, so this is the daily chart as I left it yesterday, where I said we're probably going up to the 9600-ish range because that would be the whereabouts of the next boundary that we should end up, and actually that would also coincide with my 55 EMA if it's doing something like that as well. Of course, I can't draw lines very well. I'm not an artiste, but at least not curved lines because I'm freehanding them. But anyway, I figure somewhere up in this area, 95 to 97. So the obvious move is 96 to say as a rough area, but that's a range. I don't mean it's gonna hit 96 perfect. It could be 95, it could be 97, but that's kind of what I was calling, based on a few different parameters, such as this support line, this trend line coming up from the bottom, indicating our bounce. I did towards the end of the day yesterday confirm that this was, a really nice rejection candle. That was really important, but we've had a bunch of other rejection candles as well that didn't play out. In this particular case, we have a nice green one. This is today's candle. Again, I'm on BTC USD daily chart. And so we have a rejection candle. That's a rejection candle because it has a huge long wick down at the bottom and not much at the top. And we have this candle here, which is trading significantly above our rejection candle from yesterday. And that's a fairly good indication. And yesterday I said we would most likely have a green day today, and we do. It's fairly green. And green across the board. I don't have any other charts open, but we've got lots of green across all of the other altcoins that have fiat on ramps. I have not even looked at the like altcoin market, like Bittrex and all that. I haven't even looked at it, and I'm really very much less interested in trading altcoins at the moment. I don't see the altcoin season coming in, and I think I can make just as much or more money just trading Bitcoin, at least more consistent money anyway, and less dicking around and waiting. So so anyway, that's looking pretty good. If we can continue, and we can get a a very nice green candle here, like at least this size, like you even see up here when we have a bottom and we have like a fair size candle next to it, usually indicates that we'll have a little bit more coming until we see any kind of rejection happening on the top side, right? But that all looks good right now. Of course, we have 6 hours before. Sorry, we have 8 hours before the daily closes, so we have a third of a day before the daily will actually close, and confirm what kind of a day we actually have today. But that all looks actually fairly good to me. Here's my 2 hour chart as I left it yesterday. Again, there's your long-term downtrend line coming from all-time high and my arrow going towards 9,600. And then we had this falling wedges looking thing that I said we'd probably break out of yesterday, and we did. Well, actually, we broke out of it while I was on video, and that was really cool. So we got to talk about that and talk about what was going to happen. And I said, well, it's going to flag out here, and then it's got to come down, hit support, and it's got to stay above that, and then take off again. And I also said the 55 EMA, which is my yellow line, and I'll just draw that in here so you can see it. I also said we pretty well got to stay above that 55 EMA, and that has to become support in order to indicate any kind of bullishness out of this move whatsoever. So that's really good. That's really good that we got above that, and I hope we can stay above that now. And I think how are we doing for volume? Volume's not horrible. That's still looking pretty good. RSI is getting near the top. Let me get rid of some useless lines here. RSI is getting near the top, but we're definitely not in overbought territory. So I mean, I would expect probably to see like an 88 top, but we probably maybe even 89 top here in just in this particular movement, and then flag out again and get ready to make another movement, just to allow RSI a little bit of time to ease down a little bit before it takes its moonshot into overbought territory, right? So and by that I mean, like, we have a wick up here, so let me get my line tool, and you can draw across like this, and more or less when we come up a little bit and come down, our support has to stay above this support here to be able to confirm that we're still bullish on this movement on the 2 hour chart. But I think overall we probably have a decent shot to come up over the 9 range into the mid 9s before ultimately probably most likely hitting some really hard resistance here, and then when that happens, we will probably be doing something like this again, which is fine by me. If we can get some just sideways action going on here, I'm happy, because I can make money if the price goes up, I can make money if the price goes down. So if we can just get some sideways going on, I can play sideways, no problem. If we do end up getting out of this trend, I would say back to this peak here at 11.5-ish in that area, 11.7, 11.6, 11.9, whatever. Let's call it 11.5, even slightly below this. If we do end up getting out of this downtrend, I would probably only expect to come back up to our high here, and then again hit probably some pretty solid resistance up here as well. There's just, I don't know, I'm not seeing, well, I guess that we only have one candle that's really explosive, and then we're like the momentum is lost so far, but we could still be trying to rebuild momentum as well. So I'll have to evaluate that later on as it comes. For now, like, I'm definitely not going to target no 12K on any particular trades that I'm working on right now. I'm only long, well, actually I got to enter along here again back on support. I actually had a limit order to close my longs at like 85.50, so I did pretty good with my longs down in here off of this flag, and they closed out up in here, so I made like another 2% on that, and it closed before I got out of bed. And then the price kept going up a little bit, and that's okay, that's fine, because I don't have this thing about me where, like, look, if I sell at a profit and the price keeps going up, I didn't miss anything. I didn't lose anything. I actually made money, right? So I don't have this fear of missing out, this FOMO, right? So that's okay. Now all I do is I reevaluate for some new entry positions, and to do that, usually I go into my lower time frame chart. So I actually I was long from down here at 75, and I sold up in this little peak, and then I bought again back down on the support line at about 81.50 or so. I think I didn't get it until like 80 81.80 or something is when I actually bought. I'd have to actually check my records on that. Well, where's our EMA? Yeah, our EMA is right about here. Yeah, it's about 81.80 or something like that where I actually bought, and and then I sold out at like up here towards resistance. Where's resistance? 85.90. Yeah. So when I got a resistance, usually I always set my targets below resistance because I intend for the sale to trigger. I don't want to say if it goes over that to trigger, because if it goes over my resistance, it's probably going to keep going. So I wouldn't want to sell then. So I actually had about 85.50 or so is what I had for a limit sell order. And again, I'd have to check my records for the exact number because I play with my charts a lot and move stuff all over. But at this point, I'm actually looking for new entries, and we're not in a horrible condition right now to even go up from here. Um, but we could probably come down as low as 84.30, 84.40 before ultimately taking back off again. Um, the moving averages are getting divided quite a bit. We are quite a fair distance away from our 55 EMA. So I mean, if we did come back down off of our price action here down to the 84.30 or 84.40, yeah, about 84.30 support line here, um, our 55 EMA would actually be catching up with it as well, right? So that would actually make sense for a new support area to form for a next bounce would be right there. It would confirm with the previous resistance here off of this little flag shape, and then ultimately take a movement for bigger and better things, head for the next resistance level. Again, guys, I do have a lot of extra red lines, support resistance levels. Some are relevant, some are not. I just happen to not delete a lot of my lines because, I mean, they start proving true. Like this one I could probably delete now because it doesn't make any sense. It was a previous resistance over here, but it looks to me as though we came up and we're actually between this resistance and this support now. So this line I can probably go ahead and get rid of at this point because it's no longer necessarily valid in the immediate term, though it could still be valid in the future, but it's less likely to be. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. So probably a good entry for me for my day trade will be around the 84 to 84.30, 84.40, even 84.50 in case we just don't get back down to here. What's our peak on this candle? Was 82, no, 84.67 was the peak on this one. So yeah, even getting in at 84.70 wouldn't be horrible. So anything under 85, I think I'm a buyer to start looking for longs again. I think that's what makes sense to me. RSI on the 15 is coming down, and there's a lot of room. I mean, RSI on the 15 is only sitting at about 65, which is a lot of room to turn around and head back up into overbought territory. So anywhere in here, at any point here, we probably could take another shot, I think. What do we have? Oh, we do have some bearish divergence though. So that's not really good. Do we have it on here? No, we don't. So our 2-hour chart is good. Our daily chart RSI is low. That's okay. That's not really what I'm looking for. Our 1-hour chart is good. Our 30-minute chart starts to show this divergence. So if it doesn't confirm on the larger time frames, then I would say that this is probably not really going to play out. It's probably going to negate this divergence. But we do have some downward action here on our peaks here on RSI, and at the same time between these points and this high and this high on RSI, we actually have, that's between this point and this point, which is in the upward direction, which signals bearish divergence, which says we're probably coming down. So there is a possibility here we may come back down and retest some of this area. But that's only on the 30 and the 15 minute that I can see that, because on the other charts, on the 1 hour and 2 hour and 4 hour, there's no divergence going on at all yet. So it's not confirmed on the larger time frame. So one of two things happen is on the lower time frame, it's either RSI is going to reverse, we're going to take another shot up, we're going to end up in overbought territory, and then we're going to come down, or we're going to play out this divergence, and the divergence is going to have to show on the larger time frames as well. I would think. It might not show, who knows. But anyway, yeah, I think probably the most likely scenario is we're going to get flagged out here again. We're just going to flag out here again, probably bounce off this support. That gives RSI enough time to come down. I don't think the divergence is going to play out, but it could. And if it does, we're going to come down somewhere in this area. Probably make a trend line off of something here. No, I don't think that's valid. That's not really a valid trend line. Where does this put us? I think this puts us at, that's interesting. Okay, so if we make a trend line off of these 2 points, and our 55 EMA needs to do something like this probably once it averages out and levels out, and that would put us down here for a bounce, which would be fine. That's okay, and that actually would play out. That would play out our RSI divergence, or bearish divergence here. That would actually play it out. That'd give RSI enough time to come down, and then we could take a bounce off of here to go for bigger and better things. That's a possibility. So I'm going to watch that. I'm not really saying that's really going to happen, but we will see. That could be forming a wedge. But again, we need a third bounce to confirm any kind of shape. So this wedge shape that I just drew is only something I'm watching, not really something I'm trading on or calling. But I'm going to watch that for sure. Where does this line up down here? It doesn't really. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's pretty well what I see. So anything under 85, and I think I'm gonna play some very, very small longs today. And again, if we hit 85 and we come down to this 84 or just under 84 area, then I'll probably just dollar cost average and put a second position in and see what happens. And stop loss somewhere down here at like 80, 82.50 or so would be my stop loss. If we get any kind of, serious red momentum, red candles coming down below 82.50, then I'm probably just going to sit out for the day, or at least reevaluate my thoughts at that time. But yeah, I think for right now, I think this is the zone I'm targeting for some entries, because really my moving averages here in the 15 are getting fairly far apart. Not that there's a lot of distance that can be made yet. Like you see here, that's a lot of distance. Here we have a lot less distance, but they're getting fat and they're curving, so we could very much see this play out. I think that's a possibility. Again, guys, if you're not sure what a lot of this stuff is, if you don't know what an EMA is, you don't know what a trend line is, you don't know what anything that I'm talking about is, it's probably because either you haven't paid enough attention to free resources on the internet, or you just never had the education. You either don't have the skills or you don't have the education to really know what's going on. And that's the whole reason that I put together a course for you guys at cointrademastery.com. So you guys can actually learn a fair bit about technical analysis, learn some things about indicators, chart patterns, just, being able to read the just be able to read candlesticks, different candlestick formations. It's what it's all about, and it's designed as a community to allow you guys to jump on the Discord server and talk about a lot of this stuff. So highly encouraged. Even if you don't want to buy my shit, okay, hit cointrademastery.com, just make an account, all right, and then right on the homepage, as soon as you log into your account, there's a link there that you can click, and then you can get onto my Discord server, and you can still take part in the free portions of the Discord server, even if you don't want to buy the course. But if you do really want to learn how to read charts and you'd like to get my my educational videos, my educational lessons and all that, then highly, highly recommended and encouraged that you do subscribe to the CoinTrade Mastery trading course, because you're going to learn a lot of stuff. So anyway, guys, you guys have any questions here? Pablo says, at work listening. Awesome, dude. James says, just get a cheap flat screen TV for the additional monitor Yep, that's pretty well what I'm thinking here. I need to get a monitor for my office as well, or a couple, and for those I'd like something fairly decent. But yeah, for out here next to my 55 or above my 55, I think I can probably just run a bracket right off of my stand that I have. I'll just customize something out in the garage and maybe just put it right above. It'll be a little bit high because I have to look like this to see it, but it would work because I mean I'm sitting on a 55-inch screen, so it's fairly large. I don't know where else I could put it. I guess I could put it down below the screen. Um, it wouldn't be too bad if it was down below, but I'd probably only fit maybe a uh I wouldn't even fit a 27-inch down below though. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to pick up a second screen so that I can see you guys while I'm doing a presentation. Anyway, Chuck Dell, Evan Moon, Drula, Steve, Jeremy John, Sumatro, Chong. Thanks for joining, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them right there in the comments. And on YouTube, I think this PCS Poly 2 says, I think we're eventually going to dip to 2800 on BTC. Yeah, I have no technical analysis that tells me that we're going to hit 2800. I think the if we break below, if we end up breaking below our 6K, then I actually, or not even below 6K. If we break below 7K, I don't think we're stopping at 6, and I would target 5 as my next eventual support. And I think 5 would be pretty strong at that point if we ended up dipping that far. And 28 or even the 3K mark, it would be the next eventual support below that. I just, until we break 5K, I have no technical analysis in my skill set that would tell me that we're going to 28. So 28 is just not in my particular skill set or on my horizon at the moment. But I'm definitely not a perma bull, and I'm not. I'm even though I'm saying we're probably going to be green today and probably be green tomorrow, and probably hit 9K or 9,500, doesn't mean I'm a perma bull, and it doesn't mean Moon and Lambo. And definitely a red market, a bear market is still in play. It's not out of the question. Shit, guys, I'm not going to be a bull until we clear 12, 13K. If we can get above 12 or 13K, then I will return to being bullish in the overall market. Otherwise, I'm still a bear, guys. I'm still a bear. Rawr, I'm a bear. Any other questions? I don't see any other questions. Bunch of notifications, mind you. Thanks for sharing my video, a marvelous Hogla Walker. Thanks for sharing. Much appreciated. Every share, guys, is like, that means a lot to me. Trading Guy commented on my previous video. Said if you want to move the L or the long plots back a bar, you might try offset equals -1 in your ploy string. In your plot string. You mean plot. Don't forget the dash. Yeah, exactly. That's good. So anyway, yeah, so I'm just looking at this comment that was posted on my video I did yesterday titled The Bounce, where I was talking to you about where it actually draws the long and short signals on the trading script that I wrote, and he just gave me a little idea of how I can offset the plot. Very, very, very good. Awesome. So I thank you for that tip. I think I will implement that in my script, and I will see if I can correct that problem. So much appreciated for that tip. Any other questions, guys? If not, I actually got to go out here in a little bit. How are we doing? Should I don't know if I want to play along. I could play along and just set a stop and a take profit, and I guess one will hit and one won't. Or I could just not trade while I'm out of the house and wait till I get home. Or I could trade on my phone. I don't know what I want to do yet. So I do got to go out for a few hours. We will see. We will see. But it looks like it could be a fairly decent day today. Like I'm pretty bullish about today overall. We're up on Finex. We're up 15% already on Bitcoin, which is like has to do with mostly the major nice pump we got yesterday. Put us up quite a few percentage points. So the whole market is up. It's all green right now. It's kind of scary how green the market is right now, like across the board. Something I did notice, some of the euro pairs are still red. Like LTC USD is up 14% and LTC. Oh shit, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. No. I thought I was looking at euros. LTC BTC is down a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. So yesterday I seen that there were some euro pairs that didn't look too healthy, and I noticed in the Bitfinex funding that euro lending was like way higher and had quite a bit of volume to it. Like that spiked up there a little bit. But anyway, that looks like it's pretty well resolved. USD financing is up, so it tells me most people are long. BTC financing is down, which tells me that people are long, so that's good. But LTC funding is up a little bit, which tells me that some people are going to start shorting altcoins here pretty soon. Even Ether Classic funding, the volume on the funding jumped 40%, so it tells me some people are going to get ready to short altcoins here pretty soon. And if that happens, everybody's going to short Bitcoin too. It's just inevitable. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get another leg here. And like, do we really have? If I go 1 hour or 2 hours, 1, 2. I think yeah, we should be able to get one more little pump out of this, and then it's got to come down. It's got to come down. Has no choice. So if we can finish this day green, we might actually need a red day just to kind of reset everything before we go up again. Okay, so I'm torn on what'll happen tomorrow. Let's just worry about today for right now. Today is important to me. Tomorrow, it ain't here yet. But it's looking pretty good for a Monday so far. Any other questions, guys? Mel, thanks for joining. All right, guys, if there's no other questions, I'm just going to go ahead. I'll wrap up this video. Again, guys, if you'd like to learn more about technical analysis or just get involved with the CoinTrade Mastery Discord channel, whether free or premium, your choice. CoinTradeMastery.com, make an account, get involved in the group. I'm happy to talk trading in there like all day long, answer any questions you have. If you're watching me on YouTube, there's my Facebook. If you're watching me on Facebook, then JesseHache.com/YouTube. I guess I should put that link somewhere in this image as well. That way there you guys can cross yourselves over and come find me wherever you want. Yeah, guys, until then, I guess we'll see you on the next video. If you like this video, smash that button. If you dislike this video, you know what to do and you know where to go. If you really got some value out of it, I would appreciate a share. If you could toss a share up on your Facebook for me, it'd be much appreciated. Love that. Love you for it all day. And until then, guys, we'll see you on the next video. And just remember to stay profitable, guys. Stay smart. Enter trades based on a condition. Exit trades when your condition is no longer true. Don't hold your shit coins right to the ground like I do sometimes. It's really not profitable. Yeah, until then, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Ciao.